Hello everyone, Kent Liston here, and I'm here to talk about my digital portfolio for this class. I've consciously made the choice for each and every one of my tabs to have particular information pertaining to technology integration in the classroom. Before I begin, I'll start by talking about the platform I chose for my portfolio. I took advantage of Live Binders. Now, Live Binders is an electronic binder that uses cloud storage, helping to organize and promote your digital media in electronic files in a way to share to multiple people or individuals. Through their website, you get access to 5 free binders, after which your account will need to pay in order to create more binders. Now, for student access, this becomes a really good idea. Like most teachers, I'm always trying to find a cheap option to use inside my classroom. Being that this one gets free, I almost promote the idea of making a binder for each class, for each student I have in each class. And as long as no one else uses the binder in their different classes, we'll have plenty of use and storage on the cloud. Moving forward into my content here, I have tabs for my, but not limited to, my table of contents, my mission statements, national and state standards, activities and understanding of Lunch and Learn, as well as emerging trends in integrating technology. Let's start off by taking a look at my table of content. Now, thanks to Live Binder, each of these become links to go to their various locations, as well as the sub-tabs are located in this section. In my title page, I'm just expressing the class that we are attending, as well as the title of my presentation and my binder. And moving forward, now let's talk about my mission statement. I chose a mission statement that centered around my beliefs as far as how we should use technology in the classroom. My understanding is that we should focus on critical thinking, global awareness, and creativity while promoting technology. It is a tool that we can take advantage of and use, but we must understand that like all tools, there's a proper way to use it. I also piggyback on using technology to help focus on communication from a family or community standpoint. We have access to more technology than ever seen before, but if we don't use it effectively, it's just going to be a bunch of bells and whistles. Next up is my cloud, my word cloud for what I consider 21st century teachers and learners. I focus the literature in my word cloud around literacy, awareness, global understanding, productivity, adaptability. There's a lot of key words in here that don't necessarily have anything to do with the particular operation of technology. It's more of a mindset of how we can take advantage and use it correctly. Students are going to be immersed in technology for the rest of their lives. We need to make sure that they understand that even though technology will always be at their fingertips, it's only as good as they use it. It still takes grit and it still takes ambition to get places in this world. We just have it a little easier than generations before us. Moving on to the state standards and national standards. I created this infograph with the use of Google Draw. Google Draw lets me use a variety of different drawing tools, shapes, and colors to create a colorful diagram to express a variety of information. I use a very simple cross-section with a variety of colors to show how my Montana standards meet up with the ISTE standards from a national standpoint. Now, even though the dialogue has changed, we do notice that there's a lot of overlap on how they can work together. Diverse classroom learners and technology. All teachers will struggle with a variety of uses of technology, as well as how they can use them with their in particular students. Here is a case scenarios for elementary, middle, and high school. We'll notice that my live binder has sub-tabs that lets us go into these areas. I provided a voiceover video animation for all three of the scenarios, describing the scenario as well as possible solutions in order to better the teacher's life as well as increase student attentiveness and enthusiasm for the class. Lunch and Learn. Lunch and Learn is a fad going around the United States and the world right now, which is to use the lunchtime as an opportunity for volunteer meetings and training sessions that hopefully embrace new ideas to a variety of employees or students. I provided a slideshow here that shows all the different ways Lunch and Learn can be used efficiently, as well as different resources to manage it. I decided to stick with a Google Slides because I imagine this would be the first Lunch and Learn, so I'm promoting Lunch and Learn at the Lunch and Learn. Next, emerging trends in educational technology. As you've noticed at this point, you find that I am quite the fan of Google Slides. Due to its ability to share and publish them for everyone to see, I like how interactive and user-friendly it is. As I continue to make Google Slide in the emerging trends, I started to find out that just in the last 5 years, we've seen a great growth of technology use in the classroom, as well as clever ways to use it while still engaging students and making productivity for teachers better. My slideshow goes into all the different pros and cons that technology integration can have in the classroom, as well as tips and tricks of how to take advantage of resources that are already at your disposal for classroom and technology engagement. As we move forward into legal and ethical issues, I have two separate tabs here that define the different areas. First off, I have a list of resources under 3 different categories of where to find variety of content. I made sure while I was looking for different content areas and different resources that they aligned with educational standards as well as Common Core curriculums. I made sure when finding these resources that they were a respectable .org or a .gov, but I really tried to focus on .edu websites, so they are promoted from a national and state standards. After resources, I do have my editorial, giving a basic understanding of legal and ethical issues that we face in the 21st century. Lastly, I have my references shown in MLA formats. And these are my references, often with my legal as well as any other content area that I showed in this entire presentation. This is my voiceover for my 21st Century Learning digital portfolio. Thank you very much.